Foundations of Cognitive Development and Advanced Learning in Polly Speaks for You. Using Polly Speaks for You can help build cognitive reasoning in several ways. Here's a detailed explanation of how. Enhancing cognitive reasoning through Polly Speaks for You. Why Polly sounds like an intelligent AI. 1. Advanced Text-to-Speech, TTS, technology. Polly uses sophisticated TTS technology to convert text into speech. This technology ensures that the spoken output sounds natural and clear, closely mimicking human speech patterns. The ability to modulate voice pitch, speed, and pronunciation helps in producing more human-like speech, contributing to the perception of intelligence. 2. Voice recognition and interpretation. Polly can recognize and transcribe spoken language accurately. This feature allows it to respond appropriately to user commands and questions, creating an illusion of understanding and intelligence. Integration with voice training and correction helps improve the accuracy of voice recognition, making interactions smoother and more natural. 3. Interactive and context-aware responses. Polly can provide context-aware responses based on the user's input. For example, it can offer word suggestions, correct spelling and grammar mistakes, and perform text editing tasks, making it seem responsive and intelligent. The use of predefined responses and logical operations based on user input enhances the user experience, giving the software an intelligent appearance. How Polly improves users' cognitive abilities. 1. Encouraging active listening and comprehension. Users must actively listen to Polly's spoken output and understand the information presented. This practice helps improve their auditory processing and comprehension skills. By providing immediate auditory feedback, Polly helps users better understand and retain information. 2. Enhancing language skills. Polly's spell checking, grammar correction, and word suggestion features help users improve their language proficiency. Users learn correct spelling, grammar rules, and expand their vocabulary through constant interaction with the software. The ability to hear the correct pronunciation of words and sentences aids in improving users' speaking and listening skills. 3. Promoting self-correction and learning. When users hear their input read back to them, they can identify and correct their mistakes. This self-correction process reinforces learning and improves cognitive abilities. Repeated exposure to correct language usage and structure through Polly's feedback helps users internalize these patterns and apply them independently. How Polly aids learners to become more self-sufficient and confident. 1. Independent learning. Polly provides a supportive learning environment where users can practice and improve their skills independently. This independence fosters self-sufficiency and reduces reliance on external help. Users can practice reading, writing, and speaking at their own pace, receiving immediate feedback and corrections from Polly. 2. Building confidence. Consistent positive reinforcement from Polly helps build users' confidence in their abilities. As users see their skills improve, they become more confident in their language proficiency and overall cognitive abilities. The ability to practice and receive feedback in a non-judgmental environment encourages users to take risks and try new things, further boosting their confidence. 3. Personalized learning experience. Polly can adapt to individual user needs, providing personalized feedback and support. This tailored approach ensures that users receive the specific help they need to improve, leading to better learning outcomes. The software's interactive features allow users to engage with the material in a way that suits their learning style, making the learning experience more effective and enjoyable. 1. Active engagement and problem solving. Interactive features. Polly encourages users to engage actively with the content. Whether through voice commands, text editing, or responding to queries, users are constantly interacting with the software, which stimulates cognitive processes. Problem-solving tasks. By providing users with tasks such as correcting text, choosing the right word, or responding to prompts, Polly helps users develop problem-solving skills. These tasks require users to think critically and make decisions based on the information provided. 2. Auditory processing and comprehension. Listening to responses. When users hear their input read back by Polly, they must process and understand the spoken information. This practice improves their auditory processing and comprehension skills. Identifying and correcting errors. Hearing errors in their input helps users develop the ability to identify mistakes and think through the corrections. This self-monitoring process enhances their reasoning skills as they analyze and correct their work. 3. Language and communication skills. Language mastery. Polly's features, such as spell checking, grammar correction, and word suggestions, help users refine their language skills. Mastering language is a fundamental aspect of cognitive reasoning, as it involves understanding and using complex structures and vocabulary. Effective communication. By improving users' ability to articulate thoughts clearly and accurately, Polly helps enhance their overall communication skills. Effective communication is closely tied to strong cognitive reasoning, as it requires organizing thoughts logically and presenting them coherently. 4. Memory and recall. Repetition and reinforcement. Polly's interactive feedback system reinforces learning through repetition. Users repeatedly hear and see correct language usage, which helps strengthen their memory and recall abilities. Chunking information. Polly can help users break down complex information into manageable chunks, making it easier to remember and process. This chunking strategy is an important cognitive skill that aids in efficient information processing and retrieval. 5. Analytical thinking. Analyzing feedback. Users receive immediate feedback from Polly on their input. Analyzing this feedback and understanding why certain corrections are necessary helps develop analytical thinking skills. Pattern recognition. Through consistent interaction with Polly, users begin to recognize patterns in language usage and corrections. This pattern recognition is a key component of analytical reasoning. 6. Decision-making. Choosing corrections. When Polly suggests corrections or improvements, users must decide which suggestions to accept. This decision-making process involves evaluating options and selecting the best one based on context. Critical evaluation. Users learn to critically evaluate their work and the feedback provided by Polly. This critical evaluation is essential for developing sound judgment and decision-making abilities. 7. Encouraging self-reflection. Self-assessment. By hearing and seeing their work through Polly, users engage in self-assessment. Reflecting on their performance and identifying areas for improvement fosters metacognitive skills, which are crucial for cognitive reasoning. Goal setting. Users can set goals for their language and cognitive development based on the feedback they receive. Setting and working towards these goals helps build strategic thinking and planning skills. Use. Learners can improve their cognitive abilities, become more effective communicators, and develop strong analytical and critical thinking skills. The methods used by Polly Speaks for You align with recognized principles of advanced learning and educational psychology. Here's how these methods fit into established educational frameworks and contribute to advanced learning. Recognized methods of advanced learning. 1. Active learning. Description. Active learning involves engaging students directly in the learning process, requiring them to actively participate in their own learning through activities like discussion, practice, and problem solving. Application in Polly Speaks for You. By providing interactive tasks, immediate feedback, and opportunities for self-correction, Polly engages users in active learning. Users are not passive recipients of information but active participants who interact with the software to improve their skills. 2. Constructivist learning theory. Description. Constructivist learning theory, developed by educational theorists like Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky, suggests that learners construct knowledge through experiences and interactions. Learning is seen as an active, contextualized process of building understanding. Application in Polly Speaks for You. Poly allows users to construct their knowledge through hands-on activities like editing text, responding to voice prompts, and receiving corrections. This experiential learning helps users build a deeper understanding of language and cognitive skills. 3. Immediate feedback. Description: immediate feedback is crucial for learning as it helps learners quickly understand what they did right or wrong, allowing them to make immediate adjustments and reinforce correct behavior. Application in Poly Speaks For You. Poly provides real-time feedback on spelling, grammar, and language usage, enabling users to correct mistakes promptly and reinforce learning. This method is supported by educational research as an effective way to improve learning outcomes. 4. Self-regulated learning. Description: self-regulated learning involves learners taking control of their own learning process, including setting goals, monitoring progress, and reflecting on outcomes. Application in Poly Speaks For You. Poly encourages self-regulated learning by allowing users to set personal goals for language improvement, monitor their progress through interactive feedback, and reflect on their performance. This autonomy helps build confidence and self-sufficiency. 5. Metacognition. Description: metacognition refers to the awareness and understanding of one's own thought processes. It involves self-assessment, planning, and strategy used to enhance learning. Application in Poly Speaks For You. By providing opportunities for self-assessment and reflection, Poly fosters metacognitive skills. Users learn to think about their own thinking, which helps them become more effective learners. 6. Personalized learning. Description: personalized learning tailors educational experiences to individual learners' needs, preferences, and goals. It ensures that learners receive the right level of challenge and support. Application in Poly Speaks For You. Poly adapts to individual user inputs, providing personalized feedback and suggestions. This customization helps meet the unique needs of each user, enhancing their learning experience. 7. Multisensory learning. Description: multisensory learning involves using multiple senses, for example, auditory, visual, kinesthetic, to enhance learning. It supports better retention and understanding of information. Application in Poly Speaks For You. Poly's use of text-to-speech technology engages both auditory and visual senses. Hearing and seeing corrections simultaneously helps reinforce learning and improves retention. Conclusion: Poly Speaks For You effectively supports cognitive reasoning and advanced learning through its interactive features, feedback mechanisms, and focus on language mastery. By engaging users in active problem-solving, enhancing auditory processing, and promoting self-reflection, Poly builds a solid foundation for cognitive reasoning. Its methods align with established educational principles, making it a valuable tool for learners. The methods employed by Poly Speaks For You are consistent with recognized principles of advanced learning. By incorporating active learning, constructivist theory, immediate feedback, self-regulated learning, metacognition, personalized learning, and multisensory approaches, Poly effectively supports and enhances cognitive development. These strategies are well supported by educational research and are known to improve learning outcomes, making Poly a valuable tool for advanced learning. Poly Speaks For You supports the development of cognitive reasoning through its interactive features, feedback mechanisms, and focus on language mastery. By engaging users in active problem-solving, enhancing their auditory processing and comprehension, and encouraging self-reflection and decision-making, Poly helps build a robust foundation for cognitive reasoning. Through consistent. In summary, Poly Speaks For You appears intelligent due to its advanced TTS and voice recognition technologies, interactive features, and context-aware responses. It enhances users' cognitive abilities by encouraging active listening, improving language skills, and promoting self-correction. By providing a supportive and personalized learning environment, Poly helps learners become more self-sufficient and confident in their abilities. These sources offer a strong basis for comprehending how the features and methods used by Polly Speaks For You align with established educational principles, effectively supporting cognitive development and advanced learning. References: Active Learning. Prince, M. 2004. Does Active Learning Work? A review of the research. Journal of Engineering Education, 93, 3, 223, 231. Link. Constructivist Learning Theory. Bruner, J. 1996. The Culture of Education. Harvard University Press. Vygotsky, L.S., 1978. Mind in Society, The Development of Higher Psychological Processes. Harvard University Press. Immediate Feedback. Hattie, J., and Timberley, H., 2007. The Power of Feedback. Review of Educational Research, 77, 1, 81-112. Link. Self-Regulated Learning. Zimmerman, B.J., 2002. Becoming a Self-Regulated Learner, An Overview. Theory into Practice, 41, 2, 64-70. Link. Metacognition. Flavel, J. H., 1979. Metacognition and Cognitive Monitoring, a New Area of Cognitive Developmental Inquiry. American Psychologist, 34-10-906-911. Link. Personalized Learning. Payne, J. F., et al., 2015. Continued Progress, Promising Evidence on Personalized Learning. Rand Corporation. Link. Multisensory Learning. Shams, L., and Seitz, A.R., 2008. Benefits of Multisensory Learning. Trends in Cognitive Sciences, 12-11-411-417. Link. These sources provide a robust foundation for understanding how the features and methods employed by Polly Speaks For You align with established educational principles and contribute to cognitive development and advanced learning.